This is hands down the cheapest form of public transportation I've ever used. 10 cents to jump on a boat ride? That is insane. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the beautiful country of Thailand. Once again, I'm talking to you guys from Bangkok. We flew here yesterday from Delhi, the capital of India, and I couldn't be more excited to be back in one of my favorite countries. Now, we actually flew back here because we wanted to get back home to the United States as soon as possible. However, one of the best routes and the best options from India was to come back to Thailand first, and we figure, why not? Let's come back here and spend a few more weeks in this beautiful country before we head back to the US. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing, and I'm gonna be taking advantage of that time to film a few more videos from Thailand for you guys. Now, right now, we're actually near the Wat Arun temple area. Not sure if I should be filming the Royal Thai Navy Gate, but yes, we are about to visit Wat Arun, one of the most iconic temples here in Thailand, but that is actually not the goal for today's video at all. I'm actually gonna be taking you guys around and showing you the different forms of public transportation that can be found here in Bangkok, because this is one of those cities that has literally something for everybody. It has so much to offer, and the best way to get around is by using the public transportation. So I'm gonna show you guys a bunch of the different forms, how much it costs, and how easy it is to navigate this massive city. Join me for an awesome adventure. Of course, I'm gonna be joined by Gladys today. How excited are you to be back in Thailand?
Oh, I love Thailand. I'm super excited.
She's so excited. She actually was dying to try the mango sticky rice again. So that's all she's been talking about. Since we were in India, she was like, please, let's go back to Thailand. I want some more mango sticky rice. She just got done filming a super crazy video for you guys. Check out her channel, Sayada Travels, because her Thailand videos are gonna be insane as well. Now, right now we are approaching the main entrance here to Wat Arun. And you guys have seen this on my channel plenty of times before. The entrance here to this incredible temple is only 100 Thai baht, so extremely affordable. But do keep in mind that in order to access this temple, you actually need to have proper clothing. So covering up your shoulders, covering up your knees, and you'll be good to go. So 100 Thai baht gets you the entrance ticket to Wat Arun, and not only that, they also include a nice water bottle because it is scorching hot out here, and you're gonna need this while walking around this incredible temple. Now, I'm super excited. There actually isn't that many people here like there was a few months ago when I visited. So yeah, I'm super excited. We're gonna run a little lap around the temple. As I mentioned, I don't wanna get too in depth in this video because this is about public transportation. However, the first form of public transportation is gonna be found right behind the temple. And if you'd like to learn more about Wat Arun, then please check out my other videos here on this channel. For us to say goodbye to Wat Arun. It is always a special time every time I get to lay my eyes on this beautiful temple. But as I mentioned, the objective of today's video is not temples. We're talking public transportation, and right behind Wat Arun, or right in front, depending on which way you look at it, is actually the Chao Phraya River, the largest river in all of Thailand and the most important in the country. It is one of those rivers that is used to transport many goods around Thailand, and it is also where you can find our first form of public transportation that we're gonna be using today. Now, along the Chao Phraya throughout the entire city of Bangkok, you can find water taxis or these boats that take you from one side of the river to the other. Now, right behind Wat Arun, you can actually find this boat ferry that only costs 5 baht, which is something like 10 US cents, to take you across the river where you're gonna be able to find the Grand Palace and Wat Pho, which are two of the iconic temples that you also have to visit when here in the city. Now you can also take the water taxis for longer distances. You can literally navigate all the way up the Chao Phraya towards Lumpini Park and all the way towards Khao San Road and even further. So literally, it doesn't matter where you're planning on going in the city, you can pretty much access it through either a boat on the Chao Phraya or any other form of public transportation. That's one of the things I love about Bangkok so much, is the public transportation system. This is hands down the cheapest form of public transportation I've ever used. 10 cents to jump on a boat ride, that is insane. Now Gladys and I actually hopped on one of these boats a few months back and we got completely lost. We missed our exit, but it was nice because we just took the boat all the way up the river to the end of the line, hopped off, and discovered a new region of Bangkok that we had never been to before.
Yes, it was cool.
So super cool.
There was a ton of cool one in that area too that day we went.
Yeah, so I think part of the experience as well is just hopping onto the boat and getting off at random different stops. And here we go, onto the Chao Phraya. Wow, there's a lot of people out here today as well. How incredible was that? Only 10 cents later and a small boat ride and we have crossed the Chao Phraya River. Now, right now, we are about to wander around this area just a bit and then hop onto our second form of public transportation for today. Now, as I mentioned, literally right when you cross the river, you come across the Grand Palace complex. Now, this here is honestly one of the most iconic temples in the entire city, and it is also one of the most expensive. An entrance ticket to the Grand Palace actually cost $20 US, and we were fortunate enough to visit during our last trip here in Bangkok. However, I don't think we're actually gonna make it this time around because it is one of those places that you can easily spend a few hours in, and to be honest, you need a few hours to really explore every nook and cranny of that complex. Now there you're also going to find the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, which is which is home to one of the most important Buddhas in the entire country. But do keep in mind, if you plan on visiting the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, no photography and no videos of the Buddha itself are allowed. Now, right outside of the Grand Palace Temple, you're also gonna run into a lot of tuk-tuks, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The tuk-tuks are definitely something that you gotta be cautious with around the Grand Palace. A lot of them offer many different tours. They'll try and sell you fake tickets, and they are essentially a big scam. So do keep that in mind. Stay away from the tuk-tuks around the Grand Palace. They are also one of the most expensive forms of transportation in the city of Bangkok, but it is an experience that you must have when in the country. I actually used the tuk-tuks to get around on my very first trip in Thailand pretty much every single time because I thought it was super cool, and I had no idea that I was paying literally 5, 6 times, even 10 times the amount of a normal taxi meter. But hey, when in Thailand for your very first time, you gotta ride the tuk-tuks as much as you can. And I mean, look at these machines, guys. They're super incredible. They're super cool, colorful. A lot of them have crazy lights. Yeah, it's an experience. So you know what? Sometimes jumping on a ride for a short distance and paying 500 baht is worth it, especially if you're here for only a short time. I mean, they're super beautiful, right? Hell, we might even jump on one in this video. I'm not too sure. But let's continue on to our next form of transportation. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of talking in between public transportation rides because Thailand is one of those countries that just gets me excited. Bangkok gets me excited. This city has an energy that is just contagious. It's contagious. Every time you're walking around these streets, you're just happy. So many nice people, so many incredible smells from all of the great food. It's just a special place, guys. Hello. How much?
10 baht, 10 baht.
10 baht, 10 baht. 10? And? Is this 5? Yeah, 5? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Now, the next form of public transportation I'm going to be talking to you guys about are the buses. The public buses here in Thailand are extremely convenient to use, and I must say, they're also incredibly clean. A ride on a public bus can cost you 10 bahts, but there are also public buses that have air conditioning that cost 20 baht. Now, you really don't have a choice when traveling around Bangkok. When waiting at a bus stop, you don't know exactly which one's coming, whether one with air or one without. I personally like the ones without air conditioning more because it gives you a lot more of a local feel, and it is also not that hot inside of them, surprisingly. They usually always have the windows wide open, and they also have these rotating fans that give you a nice little breeze. Now, I love them because they're extremely bumpy. I love seeing the driver bounce up and down on his front seat, and I must say, the views outside of the windows are always quite a good time. Now, this ride, as I mentioned, only costs 10 bahts, something like 25 US cents for a ride across the city. Now, I actually don't know exactly where we're going to. Maybe we'll end up in Chinatown. Maybe we'll end up at another night market. Who knows? No one knows. That's the beautiful thing about taking public transportation in Thailand. You hop on and you hop off whenever you want. Just made it off of that bus ride. It was absolutely incredible seeing all the views from the outside of the window as we were riding. But look at what's here, guys. The rain. It is rainy season right now in Thailand, and in the late evenings, it seems to just pour down pretty hard. So yeah, right now I'm currently hiding underneath this shed. I don't think the rest of this public transportation video is going to be taking place today, but we will finish it tomorrow. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do from now on or the rest of this evening. Right now I'm kind of stuck, but there's a Starbucks and a KFC and like a small little shopping center in front of us. So maybe I'll cross on over and we'll catch up tomorrow. Later, guys. Wow, guys, so the rain has completely stopped, but we have been hiding out for about an hour and a half now, so I figure why not, let's hop back on and let's take our next form of public transportation, which is the MRT or the Metro here in Bangkok. Now, I'm not proud of this, but we hung out inside of Starbucks. It is always like the safe haven. And look at this, guys. I want to show you this Starbucks cup that I got for my mom. Check out this collection. How cool is this? Now, I'm not a big Starbucks fan, but Gladys is, so she sucks me into all of them. And my mom is as well. So look at this cup that I got her. I know this has nothing to do with public transportation, but it is super cool, and I want to show you guys. Look, it says Thailand. You got the Grand Palace up there, the Thai taxis, Wat Arun, and where's the monk bunny? The monk bunny, oh. So yeah, nice little souvenir, and it was a nice place to hide out from the rain. So right now we're gonna hop onto the MRT. The MRT is the metro line here in Bangkok, and it is super convenient, always on time, and it only costs 38 bahts per ride. So a little over $1, or actually $1 on the dot for a nice metro ride. And the best part about the metro rides in Thailand are people are so respectful. They keep everything super clean and no one talks on the metro. That is fascinating because usually metros are like loud places. They're not the cleanest places, but here in Thailand, that is just not the case. Everything here is super clean, super organized, and do keep in mind, no durian is allowed in the metro. Let's jump on in. We're gonna ride it 9 stops, I believe. Wow, I was right. We are gonna ride it 9 stops. We're here right now in Wat Arun, and we're riding it all the way to Phra 9. That is how you pronounce it. I should know that by now because we always stay in the same area here in Bangkok, but the Thai words still get to me every time. Now, right now in Thailand, there are no mask mandates on the streets, but when riding public transportation, you have to put this bad boy on. So we're gonna go ahead and don the beast, and I'll see you guys once we make it off the metro. Actually, change of plans. Look at this station. It all has Chinese decor or murals on the walls because we are in Chinatown. And look at how clean the floor is. I mean, I'm not saying that I would, but you could probably eat off of here and you'll be just fine. Now, there's also escalators and elevators in every metro station in the city, which makes it extremely convenient for those who are disabled and can't ride the trains easily due to a wheelchair. Here in Thailand, you can. They have room for everybody. So these are the machines that are used to purchase your tickets, but you can actually go up to the counter in most places and purchase them with a operator, and they'll be able to help you actually plan your trip if any of this is confusing for you at all. Wow, I guess if you're under the 120 mark, you get to ride for free. But you don't make the cut, you're too tall. Now here is the machine, and this is where you purchase your ticket. English, they do have English and Thai as options. And then basically, it shows every stop. You just basically select the stop you're going to, choose the quantity of tickets, 70 baht, so 35 for each, and insert your money and you're good to go. Seriously guys, it doesn't get much easier than that. I mean, no instructions needed, although all the instructions are there. And I guess they're not all 38 baht. It depends on how far you go. But roughly, I've been spending 30 baht per ticket. Now, it gives you change only back in coins, and these two black little circles, or I guess tokens, are the entry tickets. Now it's cool because in the metro, they actually have these screens that tell you exactly how long until the next train comes. This one's gonna show up in 1 minute now. How cool is that? And as I mentioned, everything super, super clean, and everything has both English and Thai translations. So the inside of the metro is super clean, smells incredible, and also incredibly quiet. That's why I won't talk too much. And there's also these seating areas that are just for those passengers that are disabled, elderly, pregnant, women with infant, or monks. Yes, these are seatings for even monks. How cool is that? And I mean, look at this place, guys. No New York subway or London tube looks this clean. Good morning, guys. It is the next day now, and it actually started pouring as soon as we left the metro last night once again. But hey, as I mentioned, it is rainy season. Now, right now, I'm actually about to hop into the next form of transportation here in Bangkok that I love to use, and that is the taxi meter. Now here, there's also Grab and Uber, but let me just tell you guys, they are considerably expensive, especially when you compare them to the taxi meter. Now, traveling here with Gladys as a couple, we find it a lot of times even cheaper to take a taxi meter than the metro. A lot of times you can navigate anywhere around the city for less than 80 bahts inside one of these beautiful green and yellow taxis, or also the pink ones that you see right behind me. Now, the trick is when you board a taxi here in Bangkok, you always make sure to tell them, does your taxi meter work? Turn on the taxi meter. A lot of them are just honest and they'll do it without you even asking, but some will sit there and tell you my taxi meter doesn't work, and you know they are lying. Don't fall for that trap, guys. Let's jump into a taxi and head over to a different area of the city, which I actually have a meeting at this morning. Hello, sir. Silom? All right, so we just made it out of that taxi ride, and guys, literally it cost us 60 baht. So something like $2 to drive literally 25 minutes to our next form of transportation. Now, I literally have nothing in mind today other than to ride around different forms of public transportation and film it for you guys. So please, don't call me a loser. I'm just doing this for you to make your trip to Bangkok a lot smoother. Now, the next form of transportation we're gonna be riding today is one of my favorite. It is the SkyTrain, which conveniently runs through some of the most iconic parts of the cities and most of the locations you're going to be visiting as a tourist. Now, before we make it over to the SkyTrain, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the moto taxis, because that is by far, hello.
Hi.
How are you? Wow, your stand smells amazing. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about one of my other favorite forms of transportation here in Bangkok, and that is the moto taxis. The moto taxis are some of the fastest ways to get around because they just literally swerve in and out of traffic, but it is a lot more of an expensive ride when it comes to trying to get an honest price. most people that you approach on the streets are definitely gonna tax you quite hard, especially if you don't speak Thai, but it is an experience worth having. I actually took plenty of moto taxis during my first trip in Bangkok, all around the city, and let me just tell you, it is an adventure and a crazy adrenaline rush. Now, do make sure that if you hop onto a moto taxi, that your moto taxi driver has a helmet for you, because if not, you can easily get pulled over by a police officer and you'll be the one receiving the fines. Now, moto taxis can be easily found pretty much along any streets, but do make sure it is an official moto taxi. And how do you tell if it's an official one, you might be asking? Well, it's because they all use these orange reflector vests, actually, kind of like these ones right here. So, as long as they have these orange vests on, you know that they are a legit moto taxi, and you should definitely hop on for a ride. Now, right now, we're gonna walk up these stairs that are right here next to me and take the BTS SkyTrain. One of my favorite modes of public transportation here in the city of Bangkok. So the BTS SkyTrain works just like the Metro. You come up here, you select your language. They got both Thai and English. And then you just select your destination. Now we're going right here to Sapan Taksin. Oh, it zoomed out for us right there. We're going to S6. I'm gonna choose 2 tickets and it is 60. So yeah, how do you go? Nope, not pay by QR code. We want to pay by money. I think, please scan QR code. No, cancel. Okay, so you don't want to do the QR code. I did it on accident. Let's do this again. Sapam Taksin, 2. And then we just stick the money in there. Voila! And just like that, guys, we are going to be riding the world famous SkyTrain. And instead of tokens, you actually get cards for this one. That looks something like that. Join me. Oh, almost left my 10 bahts in there. Join me. Wow, it's active here today too. A lot of people. A lot of movement on the public transportation always here in Bangkok. And just like that, we are in. We are good to go. Right here, they got a temperature scanner. Masks are on. I'm excited. It's always a great day when you ride the SkyTrain. Now, just like the Metro, they actually have reserved seating for the monks, the elderly, the disabled, and the pregnant. How cool is that, right? And I love the designs on the seats. And just like that, guys, we have made it off the SkyTrain. Only about 15 minutes and in a nice air-conditioned train with amazing city views. You simply can't go wrong. Now, some SkyTrains have like that bubbly film on the outside, like ours did, which makes the view kind of horrible, but it adds like a tint layer so it doesn't get super hot inside. And there's others that don't have none of that film at all, but it does get considerably hot, especially on the extremely scorching hot days that you seem to have a lot here in Thailand. Now, right now we are in the Sapran Taksin neighborhood. This is actually where I stayed during my first visit here about 6 weeks ago. Actually, it was closer to 2 months ago. And this area is super nice. There's so much going on. And I'm actually looking right now at another form of public transportation, which we won't be using today. And they're these red, like little cargo trucks. Now you can actually take rides on those trucks for around 6 baht. So an extremely affordable option. However, you really only see those in the real local areas of the city. Most people navigate by Metro or SkyTrain or bus here in Bangkok, but those are also an option and they're super, super cool. You can tell a lot of the kids are just gotten out of school, and yeah, the streets are active. Now there's also a pier here as well, where you can take one of the river boats that we took earlier this week, or yesterday I mean, across the river. So a lot of public transportation can easily be accessed from this point. Now this is actually where I'm going to be finishing off today's video. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful for you guys. And if it was, please remember to smash that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. And I hope you guys enjoy your time here in Bangkok, Thailand. For now, I'll say later to you guys because I got a lot more to film today. Later, guys.
You were always smarter